Happy 4th of July. I already hate the way this looks. I'm actually on the Amazon Fire tablet, and this tablet is way too low. I don't like pictures of myself from this low of an angle, but it is what it is. Yesterday, out of the blue, and for seemingly no reason, my phone decided it was on an external headset and mic, and now it will not make sound, nor can I record sound. I tested it out, and it will record the video with no sound because it thinks there's a mic there that's not there. Forgive me for not knowing where to look on this thing. I don't know where to look, so it probably looks like I'm staring off into space. Like my skull glass. So, I'm doing two subjects. I'm doing two videos today. This is the lesser of the heavy ones. I'm going to do one next, and I'm going to label it State of the Union. But this is about terrible men. Why are there so many terrible men? And it would take me an entire hour to talk about the most atrocious things that terrible men do, such as physical or mental abuse, or rape, or warmongering, or murdering, all of those things that they do that rank up to the top. Child abuse. I'm going to talk a little bit less bad things, but still bad. And my thought is that if you are an entitled, mean, selfish, jealous man, that's fine if you don't hurt anybody, but do it alone. Don't involve some poor woman in your mental mess. You won't go get therapy. You won't go get help. So I'm going with the position that 50% of anything posted on Reddit is fake or is rage bait. It's probably closer to 20%, but I'm going to say 50%, just to be on the safe side. That means the other 50%, it's real. And I see so many posts on relationship advice, or am I the asshole, where I just wonder why these women are putting up with these terrible men. Because whenever anybody posts on Reddit about severe abuse in any form, Reddit will say, this is too heavy of a subject for Reddit. You need to go someone with a higher pay grade. But then there are lesser things, like this man who went on their relationship advice, I think. Let me tell you what this man had done. This is just like psychotic. He had a girlfriend that seemed to be like the perfect girlfriend as far as somebody can be perfect. Making his breakfast, doing all these things for him. And of course, couples get in arguments, and like every couple, they would argue. And one night she said she was too tired to continue the argument that night. She wanted to continue it to the next day, and he was just trying to get her to continue the argument. And she said, no, we'll argue tomorrow. I'm just going to bed tonight. He stays up, and of course he's blaming drinking on this, that he was blackout drunk. No, you were not blackout drunk. You might have been drunk. You weren't blackout drunk. She has this plant room, right, that she loves spending time in every day, including this plant that was like over 100 years old. She had in there because it had been passed down through the mother and the grandmother and the women. He goes, gets his truck, backs it up to the door, takes all of her plants, puts them in the truck, drives down the nearest pond, and dumps all of them in. And that was only one story out of so many stories of when the women are on there and said, well, it's moving by itself. I need to quit wiggling the table. Oh my God, this looks terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Where the women will go on the relationship advice, or am I an asshole, or straight off my chest, any of those subs, saying that, oh, the boyfriend threw away her craft supplies. Oh, the husband or the boyfriend threw away her doll collection, or went and intentionally ruined her rose collection, or went and threw away all spices, or reefed the jars down so tight where she can't open them, and then he tries to deny he even did that. Like, what is wrong with them? The reason I decided to do this subject is that when I read one of those Reddit posts that I'll get to in a second, I remember I used to get Loot Crate because I'm kind of a nerd, and then I ended up like having way too much stuff. So I ended up having to cancel the subscription, but even though I like getting it every month. And this Predator bottle opener was in one of my shipments, and James was sitting and watched me unbox. And I was so overjoyed. I just thought this was the greatest thing ever. It doesn't even work that good as a bottle opener. But I was just so overjoyed with it. I acted like a little kid opening up a Christmas present. And James was just so happy for me that I was so happy. Ever something so silly. So this Reddit post I read 2 days ago, this woman had been a Taylor Swift fan for as long as Taylor Swift done her thing. She finally was able to save up enough money to get a ticket. And she was going to go with her girlfriends because her husband, boyfriend, whatever he is, said that concerts were a waste of money. So she's like, fine, I'll just go with my girlfriends. But then all of a sudden, almost last minute, he wants to go. She's like, fine, buys him a ticket. And she's going to go shopping at the mall and get like some glittery clothes and things to wear to the concert. And then he ended up like going with her to the mall, and then like ruining her day by saying, oh, you're just acting ridiculous. You're just acting silly. Quit acting like a child. Quit acting like a baby. He was the one pouting. Then he goes and acts like an asshole at the concert, ruins her concert experience. Then when she goes to buy some merch, he's complaining about that too. But these men don't want us to have any joy in our life because they're jealous of us. I'm going to say that over and over. All this terrible behavior toward us, it's because they're jealous of us. And I had an epiphany last night, or a couple of days ago, I guess I should say, when I thought about how the guys I dated back in the day would say these little nagging comments, little smart-ass comments. And I was like, is that abuse, or are they just jerks? Are they just jerks because they're in their early to mid-20s? Is this just a thing? It's not what it was. They were trying to humble me and destroy my self-esteem because they were jealous of me. Because I'm intelligent, and I was in university, and I had a steady job, and I had hobbies like reading and drawing and keeping a journal. And I still spent time with them. I had all this energy, and I had high self-esteem, and they were trying to destroy it. That's what they were doing, trying to humble me because they were jealous and they were insecure. Before I do my next video, I gotta stack my book stack up higher than this because damn, I don't like looking up my nose. We'll see you next time.